Hey y'all. Um, Good morning, everybody. I'm trying to get my life together here. I forget I be turning down the light sound and whatnot when I'm watching TV, so I have to remember that y'all might not be able to hear me or something. Good morning, everybody. Auntie had to get up and straighten up. You know, when you go out of town, you pack, and they have stuff. I had to get these books in a place and put all that stuff up that y'all sent me because I can't have it all everywhere. Like I was gonna try to come. I said, I had to come here and get this together, and it be too much stuff in here, and I move around too much to have stuff just everywhere. I had to get my books and devices, everything feng shui. I had to feng shui this piece because I can't. Now back in the day when my kids was little, you might come to my house and it'll be trashed, and then you'll come over there the next day and it might be together. But right now. I need to be able to see and have everything at least where I know kind of where it is. Oh, Jesus. Good morning, everybody. So I'm gonna wait till everybody get in here. I need water and coffee. I'll wait a minute. Give everybody time to get in, and I'll go make some. Auntie, what you say? Good morning, Auntie. Yes, ma'am. I showed them yesterday. They was in the class. If you go back on the rewatch, you'll see it. That was one of the first things I talked about. I think you came in literally right after I had put them down yesterday. Yes, ma'am, I got them. Thank you. That's what I was telling you. Thank you for when you came in yesterday. I said everything came. I got everything. Yes, ma'am. I got them. Thank you. They was part of the class yesterday. Good morning, everybody. They was part of the class. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put those next to the Hobbit, but I'm gonna have to feng shui the shelf as well. Cause do y'all know we are doubled up on these shelves now? Let's see. Just go back and look at the pictures in November. You will see the change. Y'all, Lord. Thank you. So over here, we are now double shelved. On three shelves, it's double. And the only reason these is up here because I didn't have no space. But if y'all look right here, it's books back here. All of our first mythology books that asked y'all to go grab, the Celtic, we can't even see them no more. So this is all double shelved, all right here. And then there's a book right there that I gotta find a place for. Yeah. And then there's books down there, and there's books in my room, and there's books right here, and books right there. And thank you, family. I love y'all. I'm really gonna have to build more of this shelf. So this seeking you shall find is probably gonna have to go away. Cause we need more shelf up there. So good thing I just designed it myself. I'm just gonna take that down and we're gonna have y'all might not see it no more. I don't know. Maybe the seeking you shall find, but not definitely not the maps. They going away. It is a wall shelf. This shelf is like 200. It's heavy to two people. Definitely, I built it, but I couldn't move it. It's 8 feet long. It yeah. And I gotta make sure I can find the rest of the stain. And y'all just be putting me to work. Y'all make me do a lot of stuff. I like building though. That's one of my things. I gotta put my nails back on. And listen, if you were looking for a hair stain, now mind you, you better sleep with something on it and cover it up while you're in the shower. Try not to wear white unless I didn't put no oil on it too, so that's probably why I didn't seal. Long story short, women, men, whoever, if you're looking for a hair color that stains, that you don't have to use bleach for, especially if you got locks, listen, here or natural hair, that's splat. Listen, it will stain everything around you if you don't cover your head up. So if you're looking for a good hair stain, splat. Splat. I'm telling you, I don't care what color it is. Splat. Okay? Splat. It works. It works. So with that, I can breathe in here, y'all. Whew. Your pillow used to be aqua. I'm telling you, baby, fingers is all. It is what it is. I normally seal it with some oil and then it'll do better, but I didn't have time. So So it is what it is. I'm gonna shampoo my hair, twist it, and put some oil on it. It'll seal, and I'll be fine. But yeah, yes, yes. Well, if you can't see me, then you need to come out and come back in. I don't know what else you want me to say. I have absolutely no idea. But I'm gonna check your phone. NYC air is a little better today. I see that it's in place. It's only in certain places. Because some people are saying they have no smoke, and some people are saying they have a lot. So who knows if they telling us the truth about all of this shenanigans? They'll never be telling us the truth. Okay, let me ask a question. Good morning, Dave. Let me ask y'all a question. All jokes aside, right? And I said this yesterday, and I don't say this to try to rub it in, but I be wanting y'all to hear my voice in y'all head for real, like a mama, auntie, cousin type, sister-in-law type thing. Who now really believes that if you wait for the news to tell you it's too late? If you didn't believe that before and you thought when you were getting the news, you were getting the most recent information or whatever it is, who now truly believes that if you're waiting for the news to tell you it's too late? Just finish it. Me too, auntie. I'm gonna tell y'all how I got to that realization. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, right, one love. So this the thing, right? I started seeing a pattern. Like God would, okay. What really kicked me into gear with this, and I told some of y'all this, some of y'all know, some of y'all don't. When I dreamed about the Boston bombing, I dreamed about the Boston bombing in January of what, 2013? And then it happened on my, I literally woke up, wrote the dream down, didn't really understand, but I didn't know it was going to be the Boston bombing. I just wrote down the dream like I had it. And then March the 1st, my first child's birthday, it happened. And I hurry up and I ran to my journal and I was like, oh my God. Now, other things had happened, but it didn't click to me. Because I would tell people, oh, I dreamed something like that. Like in 2012, I dreamed that I was standing on a corner, not on a corner, but like in front of somebody else, like on a curb, get ready to get in my car. You know how you put one hand up on the door and your foot might be in, and you're like, oh, bye, I'm about to go. And the people was there, y'all, and the ground opened up. No, my son was already born at this time. My son was like, he was already born. He was big. He was like 16 or 17. Okay. So anyway, the ground opened up and my car fell in, but it hit a plateau. And then I tried to like teeter-totter out and it plummeted into the earth. This is the dream that I had. Well, within 3 weeks, a man in Florida was laying in his bed. I don't know. Some of y'all might remember this story. It was a man that was laying in his bed in Florida somewhere, and the ground opened up and his whole house plummeted into that sinkhole. Y'all remember that? This was probably almost 10 years ago, maybe a little bit more. It's like 13, 14. I dreamed that. But with me, I was in the car and I woke up and I called my friend and I said, girl, I was trying to get out and I just plummeted on into the thing. And she was like, here you go. And me and that man house. And so these things have always happened to me since I was a little kid. I dreamed my great grandmother's death. I dreamed about one of my cousin's kids passing and the funeral and how it was, and I didn't even go. I had a friend, he was like my grandpa. I dreamed his funeral in 2014, and he died 30 minutes to 2015. And when my friend went to the funeral 5 days later, the same suit that I saw him in my dream, the funeral, how it went, the people that was there that I never met in my life. She said, that's crazy. Because exactly how you saw him in his suit, the color of the suit, the casket, and everything, that's exactly how it was. And I didn't even go. But I dreamed it maybe 2 or 3 months before it happened. Okay? This is why I tell y'all, keep you. Hello, little baby. I am. Nothing. I'm on live right now. When you called me, I was in the bathroom. Okay, I called you back. Oh, okay. Well, I love you. Okay. Bye. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know my kids. Okay. So with that, um, that's why I started saying, I don't gotta wait for the news because God be telling me stuff before it happened. Hell, He told me I was gonna be divorced from my husband when the world started ending in maybe 2021. I said, wow. Now that was, I'm telling you, I wrote that down just about every 3 months. I said, why, God, why do you keep telling me that when the world is ending, I'm not going to be with him? Well, the cashless society came, the Antichrist being revealed, the crops didn't fail, the droughts are here, the plagues are here, everything. I said, well, and he ain't nowhere around, so I believe the Lord. Tell me that ain't crazy. And the first time I heard that was 6 weeks after I got married. 6 weeks. And I wrote it down, and it was a reality. My daddy don't lie to me. Thank you. Yep. That's why I told you I wasn't bitter, because God already had told me when stuff started popping off, he ain't going to be around. And in 2020, right when COVID hit for real in April, which was the month we got married, he packed his stuff and left. Wow. Dang. So you better believe the Lord. It might hurt your heart when he tell you, but you better believe him. Believe him. Because if you don't, your heart gonna be hurt. You hear me? I believe it, Janelle. I believe it. I saw my mom waving at me along her little before she died. That was crazy. Yeah, it's a real thing. It's a real listen. Just because you don't like to hear it, don't mean God ain't gonna tell you. And sometimes, if y'all can't tell about everything that's going on right now, God tells you about the ugly stuff. The devil don't tell you about the ugly stuff because he wants you to be discombobulated, depressed, chaotic, angry, disappointed. God don't want you to feel that. So then what God does is give you inklings in your spirit, and you will get to seeing words that keep popping out up at you. And somebody will say something to you, and then you will have a feeling in your heart. You will have a dream. You will see something on TV that hit you real hard. You're like, why do I even care about this? God be trying to get your attention. Okay? Because he don't want you to fail. He don't want you to act out of emotion and impulse. He wants you to make sound decisions that further your life for the better. The devil wants you to be trapped, caught off guard, all of that, deceived. God is only truth. So that's all he gonna give you. Now, a lot of people, that's a hard pill to swallow for them. They'll take the blue pill instead of the red. I'm a red pill person. And keep that cool pill. Give it to me hard or not. Listen, what's about to happen? Don't deceive me. Don't think for me. Don't consider my damn feelings. Tell me the truth. And once you start to deal with God and get a personal relationship with God, you won't want to deal with liars and swindlers and people that just say stuff because they can and don't back it up. Like, it'll start to like make your skin crawl. Because once you connect with God and all he do is tell you the truth and you see it, you don't want nothing else. You don't want to be bamboozled. You don't want to be whitewashed and all of this old stuff. Let's look up the definition. What is the definition to whitewash? Tell me. Please. I did a study on this. I'm about to see if I can find it real quick. It's old. Oh, that is probably in there in that stack of papers. It's in my room. I think that's where it is. I'm gonna go look right now. Give me 1 second, y'all. I think I know. My daddy might be telling me where it's at. Hold on. When I say it be ooh. To intentionally hide some kind of wrongdoing, error, or unpleasant situation. A deliberate concealment of someone's mistakes or faults in order to clear their name. Ooh, concealing unpleasant facts about someone, something, organization to admit failures. Ooh. You want it whitewashed or you want it real? Who knew? That's making you think about a whole bunch of people that whitewash stuff in your life, ain't it? Words have power. They do. Mm-hmm. And now y'all see where I'll be like, don't tell me what you want me to know. Give me what it is. And I believe that's one of the reasons why y'all even over here. That's so crazy because one of my cousins has twins. And I dreamed that her youngest twin was pregnant. And then the youngest twin got pregnant. And then I dreamed that the other one had a baby and she had her baby right after that. That was in 2015. I wrote it down too. 7:56 a.m. And I called her like, hey, cuz, I want to tell you something. And they look just alike. So I wouldn't know the difference. I ain't been around them since they was babies. I promise y'all. But that's why I went and I just sketched it down. This is it right here. You know what I'm saying? I just sketched it down. So with that, I don't play. I knew when my oldest daughter got pregnant. God showed me. And even if it was right before, I think it was like a week maybe before or something like that, she did. I wrote it down in my journal. Told her sisters, I said, well, I'm about to be a grandma. And it was a fact. 9 months later. That's why I believe my daddy. I don't care what nobody say. Hold on, y'all. It's like right here. I know. Because these is my loose leaves. Dang, I used to be studying everything, y'all. Drachmas. And man, I got so much. Listen here. There's so much word written down in this dang house and study derision, the state of being laughed at or ridiculed, defaming or slander. Huh. Y'all, look at this. Not only do I have my journals, I got, this is all loose leaf, and it's more. Which I know I got my journals, and then I got all of this too. 2 of these filled up. 2 500-page notebooks. Listen here, I used to study for real. Every day. Every day. And wrote down a date and a time. It's so crazy. I'm grateful though. That's why I say some stuff, y'all, I ain't read it in years. Nicolaitanism, Balaam, the devourer of the people, Romanism, subjugated to defeat or gain control of something or someone. Okay. This one I didn't have the books. Apocalypse of Moses, R.H. Charles, Oxford, 19. I was writing it down, y'all. I told y'all until I got the books. I found it online. And I wrote it down. Hold on, we getting close. A vizier. Are you ready? Who remembers I just did a message the other day and oh my freaking, and I know this is like 2012 because I can tell how my handwriting is. Y'all, I just taught a class called Are You Ready the other day. You see what that say? Literally what, 2-3 days ago? Something like that. Now my handwriting was not as, because I wasn't as focused yet. This was like 2012 when I first really started seeking out the extra outside of this Bible because I kept finding these books, okay? I literally just taught a class the other day called Are You Ready? And here it is written down. Yes, you can. Is this not? When I tell you write as much as you can, write everything that God tells you. This is the testament of Joseph, 1:20-15. Oh my goodness. Hold on, y'all. I'm just about to pick up one of these. I've been looking for this. Okay. I'm going to show y'all something about that too. Oh, I found it. Boom! Yeah! Ah! Look at it. See? Whitewashed word. Boom. Here we go. Y'all see it? Whitewashed word right there. Didn't I tell you I knew where it was? It was in the stack. We about to do this. We about to do this right now. We about to do this. And I'm going to tell y'all how I can show y'all the difference between when I wrote this. Okay. Ooh, don't knock that off. I could quit getting too excited. Okay, I'm going to show y'all like. Okay. So when I first started studying, this is how my handwriting was. You see, it's all, whatever. Like, I was not using space. And then this, it went from this to writing 2 lines in each line because I wanted to fit as much word on the page as I could. So in 2 years, it went from my handwriting and just kind of not really being all whatever to every page that I wrote. This is 6/14/2015. It's talking about contention, heated disagreements, 1 Corinthians. And look. You see it. So you can tell the difference when God started really filling me up with word and how important it was. And when I first started studying, you can definitely tell the difference. Do you see what I'm saying? Because God will give you so much, you don't have enough paper to write it on. And you'll be looking like Einstein, walking around with drawings on everything. You see? Y'all still here with me or y'all done left? That's good. 2016. Insurrection. And oh, y'all, this used to be 1/13/2015. Yep. That's crazy. Look, this is when I was writing down the names of the Testament of Hippos. I still don't have that. I'm going to look up that. The Gospel of the Ebionites, I have that. Gospel of the Egyptians. Birth of Mary. The sayings of Jesus. The lives of the prophet. The prayer of Joseph. The Gospel of Eve. Hermas. We got that. Acts of Thomas. Acts of Andrew. The Assumption of the Virgin. And the Gospel of Bartholomew. Y'all, I was looking for the books. And God started sending them. I wrote them down. And they came. Okay. Wrote them down and they came. This is why I be telling you, keep looking. That's funny. Look, I was trying to teach myself Hebrew. I'm just trying to show y'all so that y'all can see that this is not a game for me. Teaching myself how to write it and read it. Okay? I ain't got all the way there yet, but I still be working on that too. So just know this has been real for me. And this is like bringing some stuff full circle. Oh, it made me feel good. Because this is a time when people was talking real good and crazy to me about what God had me doing. And they made me feel like I was not worth the spit on their shoe. And look at my daddy now. Yes, it was worth it to sit down. Me sitting down is why I can talk to y'all about 1,000 different things. Because it's all written down here. I just ain't seen it in a long time. This about to be 10 years ago. This 2015 here in a minute. In 2 years, this will be 10 years ago. You see what I'm saying? Less than that, because we halfway through. A year and a half. This will be 10 years of study, and you can see the difference. So stay at it. I do. God has blessed me, and He's brought me books, and I had to give them away and leave them in storages. But this one, I thank God that He's allowed me to keep all of them. It's been great. I had to sit down, and I told y'all, guys used to make me sit on people's floor. They would offer me their couches. It didn't matter where I went, unless I was at a restaurant. But other than that, I just sit on the floor or the lowest part in the house. And I used to be like, this is stupid. Why is everyone sitting over me and I got to sit down? He said, sit down, because what I'm about to have you say, you can't be standing when you say it. And I understand now because the words he be having come out my mouth make people want to fight me. So then I had to be the most humble person visually in the room, which was on the floor. And it was hard, because, honey, I wear 7-inch heels. Used to be in one strap through here. He said, have a seat. Okay. So, let's do some vocabulary. Y'all got y'all pens? Y'all ready? Is you okay? Y'all ready? Come on. Hey, I got a question. Who was here for the class when we talked about the hours and days of repentance for sin? Has anybody else thought about that? Make you think a little different? You was here, Miss Dixon. Y'all was here. That's the class where you beat us up, Toya. Toya said that's the class where you beat us up. Yeah, I still got the thing here if you needed a reminder. I didn't even erase it just yet. I kept it just in case you guys needed a fresh screenshot reminder. Don't worry about it. Make you think of differently about your life. Don't wait now. Wait a minute. You know what? It really wasn't that bad what you did. Okay. It really wasn't that bad. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. I got chopped in the throat a few times in that class. Listen here. So now y'all know how my daddy be chopping me in the throat. That's why I be like, I don't need nobody check me. He'll do it real good and quick. Real good and quick. He don't take all day. He do not take all day. I'm tired of you beating me up. So think y'all got each other to go through it with. I had to go through it by myself. Y'all got each other to talk to about it. I didn't get that. And couldn't talk to nobody about it. Had to just take it out. I used to be like, oh, don't cry. Fix your face. Now go in there and witness to them. My daughter just shut up. It's like, you want to judge who for doing what? And do I need to run your numbers back? Do I need to rewind this reel this many years ago when you was? Oh, you forgot. You better talk to him a little bit nicer. Okay, so listen, y'all be playing with him. He cussed it to me raw. You heard me? Slice. I said, don't say ow. Okay, then don't do it. Thump me in my head the whole night. Y'all be playing. I'll be wanting to speak to management when you get done. But God, go check. Listen here, what you say? I need to talk. Excuse me. Yeah. Is this heaven? Right. I need to complain about one of the customer service reps that's down here on Earth. What's her name? What's her name? Circatrova. Circatrova 22. Yeah. And what's the problem? No. I don't want to go through that. I need to speak to the man because she's out of control. Huh? What she do? She talks crazy to people. She's always chopping people in the throat. Stepping on people's toes. Yeah, that's her. Oh, you guys have heard about her already? You got some other complaints? Yeah, you guys are opening an investigation? Really? And so how long is that going to be? Do I want to hold? No. Can y'all call me back? Can you put me in the queue? What's the queue? 254,622 before you. Is that from the date? No, that's just from the last hour. Oh, so what's the number of people that it caused a complaint? 200 million. I think I called the wrong number. Thank you. Talk to my daddy about it. Woo-wee! Listen here, all the church people, all the 66ers didn't call. I guarantee you. She called herself a prophet and be drinking wine. The Lord called himself the Savior of the world, and he did it. And then he said when he got to heaven, he was going to drink some more. So who? Time to use carrier pigeons. It's time to use carrier pigeons. After yesterday, my pastor definitely called on me because I was on his head. Oh, what'd you do? The hair Dawn, what did you do? Y'all, why do y'all keep getting kicked out of these churches? Oh, Lord. him about being a 66er. Ah! Let me get my sword because I'm going to have to fight here shortly. Let me go on and get my listen. Let me go on and get my stuff. I'm just gonna sit. I feel like Nemo on the curse now. I'm gonna have to go on and get my little sword under my hip. I'm gonna have to be walking around like her, slicing off heads and stuff. Cause if these pastors come for me, you see her sword lit up exactly like mine, right through the middle. I'm already. I'm ready. Don't play with me. Quit pissing these pastors off. Listen here. Auntie, they just getting thrown out. Y'all better quit getting thrown out. That is funny. You get side-eyed at church, yes. I already know how it goes. I don't go to church anymore because what I'm learning in the Bible and all the other books. They don't teach it. Started going to church just to get out. Started going to church just to get put out, Toya. Ooh, well, just think, it's happening. The first time I got put out of church, I was 10. I said, the Spirit of the Lord is no longer here. They said, you can't come back. Until you apologize to the pastor. You cannot come back. Well, here we go. That was 23 years ago. I got put out the first, no, 30. 33 years ago, the first time I got put out the church. Since I started talking about OTP, my godfather don't invite me to his church no more. How you? Lord, my pastor has not responded back since last year when I asked about the OTP. My pastor tried to make me believe sleep paralysis is not a spiritual attack. Wow. Question, how do I balance my life? Now with the knowledge, it makes it easier. I don't have to balance nothing. I understand that my daddy already got it all taken care of. Listen. And they be sneaking and listening to your stuff. Don't think they don't. Okay, let's get this. Okay, so would you have wanted to meet God with the amount of knowledge that you have? And he says that my people perish for the lack of knowledge. Would you have wanted to, and we know God is coming because we can see what's the OTP? The OTP is the Old Testament Pseudepigrapha, which is what we read. These two books, which are the rest of the Bible, not all of it, but some more of the Bible that they took out of your KJV in the 1600s. Has the old Enoch, Book of the Giants, you name it. It's just all kind of goodies in here. Adam and Eve and so forth and so on. My pastor. Okay. Would you have wanted to meet God with just, when he says my people perish, that's crazy. They want us to walk blindly, not knowing the truth. Come on, baby. They got eyes, but they don't see. They have ears, but they don't hear, because if they did, they would understand. That's what the Bible says. And it's not talking about the world. The church will make you think it's the world. The Bible is written to the church. Nothing in the Bible applies to you except for repent and be baptized for whatever. The whole scripture, y'all know it. I don't know about heart because it's not rehearsed for me. Anyway, moving on with that. Until you accept Christ, nothing in the Bible even applies to you. That's written to the church. So who was in there being whoremongers and thieves and liars and murderers and lascivious people and making prostitutes out of the temple women. Who are doing that? Because worldly people is not making the church temple prostitutes because they don't have access to those offices. So who was God talking to, seeing as how y'all slap this Bible in the world's face, but it's only written to the church? So who are the venomous snakes that he was talking about? We ain't gonna talk about that. Okay. Who are the backbiters? Because the world is not expected to live by those means because they haven't accepted Christ as their Father. So who was God talking to? We've been indoctrinated for so long, it's hard to receive. Let eyes and ears, come on. How do you accept Christ and be baptized without having a church home? Easy. You can go to a church and ask to get baptized. What church home did Jesus have? What church home did Paul have? What church home did David have? What church? They didn't. We wouldn't have as many churches if they just stayed put. We would not even have the churches that we have. God said, go out into the world 2 by 2 and minister. Paul and them could have started churches in Thyatira and Sardis and all of these places that they stayed at their church for 30 years trying to go up the ranks. None of the churches started in Ethiopia and none of the places where they would roam, wherever. They wouldn't be started because nobody would have left that church. No, you cannot declare it to yourself. God will send someone to baptize you. Pray. He's going to send somebody to baptize you, or he'll lead you to a space. You go in there, you get baptized. And if you want to sit under the word, you do what you're going to do. And yeah, you can get baptized at home as well. Yeah. Man wanted a place to say God was, so instantly they could start telling people who couldn't come in. God said, I'm everywhere. You can worship me under the heavens. And once I got out from under man's rules and I got to see God for myself, with just reading and studying and doing what we about to do right now, I said, I don't want no part of this. Y'all is the Pharisees and the Sadducees. Because when I read about the Pharisees and the Sadducees, and I see a lot of church folks that line up with that pride, and we look like Christians, because Jesus didn't look like what the kings and rulers and priests, he didn't wear what they wore. He wore linen, some dickies and a t-shirt. He didn't have on the Versace. He didn't have on the Balenciaga. He rode in on a donkey. He had a bucket instead of a Rolls Royce, even though he had the money. Jesus was not broke. If you went and you read the birth of Mary and the birth of Jesus, you will see that everywhere they went, Jesus left with the bag. Jesus wasn't broke. It's probably why he told his followers, hey, don't worry about it. I got it. See, he don't tell us that everywhere that Mary and them went, people was handing him a bag, and he had nannies, and they had this, and horses, and everything. It don't say that in the KJV, but when you read the birth of Jesus and the Thomas's Gospel of Jesus and the infancy of Jesus Christ, you get that information. First of all, Mary's parents wasn't broke either, remember? They was wealthy. They took a third of their money and kept it, a third of their money and gave it to the church, and a third of their money and gave it to the poor. They only kept a third of their money and lived well off the third. But your Bible don't talk about Mary's parents and how Mary's mama was barren and the things that she went through. It don't really talk about that. Jesus wasn't broke. Jesus and his mama was not broke. Joseph was building beds for kings. It say he was a carpenter, but if you go and you read the stories, he was building beds for kings. Every time Jesus left somewhere, somebody was giving him a bag. He didn't need no money. Mary's parents weren't broke either. That's why Jesus said, leave all you got, I got you. We're going to be good. I told y'all my daddy paid it all. That's your bills. That's your everything. But see, when they only give you a part of the story, Jesus was broke. Jesus wasn't broke. From the day that dude got out, folks was bringing him stuff. The wise men that came from China and Persia and all of that, they brought gifts. The top of the line-ish. Jesus was never broke. He told Mary, bring him forth, I got you. Mary didn't want for nothing. The only reason they had him where they had him is because the enemies of darkness was looking for him. So he had to be born in a cave. People like, oh, he was born in a cave. Yeah, if you look at ancient Africa and the troglodytes and where they lived, they built their homes in the caves. These are the first cave dwellings. Come on, even Moses was a king and a king of the Cushites. Come on, but they don't talk about that. They don't talk about Job being a king and all. They don't talk about it. They do not talk about it. Come on. So let's get this going. This is why looking deeper into the word and looking up every single word except for the and as and stuff like that. All the other ones, names, places, times, dates, all of it. Look it up. You won't even be able to get through a whole chapter of the Bible in a week if you do it right. Oh, Joseph was a carpenter. You don't know the story where Jesus, who read the story about when Jesus stretched the bed for his daddy because the measurements was off? I said he was petty. Y'all read the story about Jesus stretching the bed? Yeah, didn't that make you chuckle? Jesus, you did not have to be God. Come on now. He said, no, this ain't right. Oh my God. Oh my God. Too tickled about it. You gonna stretch the bed. Really, Dad? Really, Jesus? You couldn't just let him have the couple of centimeters that was off? He said, no, I'm the creator of everything. Everything I made is perfect. No. Now, the birth of Jesus and all of that. And then I believe it's ain't that in the birth of Jesus? Is it in the birth of Jesus when Jesus was a little kid? One of them. It's in one of them. I can't even tell you exactly where it is. I ain't gonna lie to you. Right. It's in one of our books. I believe it's in the lost books of the Bible, if I'm not mistaken. If not, you just gonna have to search. But yes, Jesus was a kid. He definitely was. All right. So I need you to write down two things. I think we studied this before, but it's always good to go back over it. Are y'all ready? Whitewashed versus bloodwashed. It's in the infancy of Jesus Christ. Thank you. I know it was somewhere. Whitewashed versus blood washed. That's what I would need you to write down. You needed this morning. Oh, well, let's get it popping in. Let's get it popping. Y'all wrote it down? Whitewashed versus blood washed. I'm just going to say, go on and put your little neck chain on. Y'all ready? Go on and put your little neck chain on. I'm going to give y'all time to go get your neck chain if you got to get your steel toes and put your helmet on. Whatever little stuff you need, because I don't want y'all complaining, talking about your throat, you holding your throat and your toes is hurting. So go get your go get your materials. Go put all your little hockey gear on, or your cricket gear, or whatever it is that you need. Your football pads, your shoulder pads. Go on and put your stuff on. Protect your neck, right? Go and get it together. I'm gonna make me some coffee. Right. Get your stuff on now. I'm gonna go make me some coffee. Give me some water. I'm gonna let y'all go get your protective goggles. Put your armor on, cause I'm about to bust you in your head. I'm telling you right now. Ooh wee. All right, y'all. Let me run to the restroom real quick. Normally I do all of that at the same time. Give me 2 seconds. good, about an hour. I'm trying to. What's going on? Hey. Our necks are ready. Our legs are steady. Oh, I love it. Our necks are ready and our legs are steady. That's so cool. Oh, I love that. Our necks are ready and our legs are steady. Come on. That's high five. I like that. Somebody came in not knowing what I was talking about. You heard that, Auntie? Our necks are ready and our legs are steady. Day. Love it. Love it. Oh, that made me, yeah. I like little sayings like that. I promise. They just, yeah. Mm-hmm. That is cute. Yes. That made my day. I like that. All right. Okay. So did you guys write down whitewash versus bloodwash? Did we get this down on the paper? We got it? I love that. I'm gonna be tickled about that all day. I can tell because I just seen. It made me think about Mulan. Remember when Mulan first had all that stuff on her, and they was like, "What kind of soldier is this? She's all wobbly and stuff." But then once she got a wits about her, baby, she was slinging that sword and doing what she needed to do around that. Well, you can leave. I mean, you don't run my class, and if this isn't the way that you learn, you just have to go find someone else that can teach you the way that you need to be taught. Because I teach my class like I like. I've taught about 570 of them just here on YouTube, and countless others. So everyone is not able to learn from me. I get it. You just have to go find somebody that you can learn from. Self. That's it. You don't have to make it difficult at all. Just it's a gazillion people on TikTok that are trying to teach some of the same things that I do. So if this isn't the way that yeah, y'all don't add them though. Y'all know I don't like that. Well, you just came into the chat. Okay, so what you have to do is we don't give you the answers. Here it's like class. You have to go look up the definition. So what you would do is take the same device that you're typing on and get out for a second. Go to Google, look up the word whitewashed, and look up the definition, baby. That's how you do that. Okay, because I'm going to give out a lot of vocabulary words today, and it's just like school. You have to go and you have to look them up. We don't spoon feed you here. Seeking you shall find is what we do. Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to kind of go through because it's been a minute since I've seen this. But what I wrote down was God's blood is cleansing and purifying, and it removes sin or exposes sin. Okay? So I got a question. Okay? Whitewashed saints or whitewashed followers versus blood washed followers. Okay? So we're going to break that down. Okay? Whitewash is I look like a Christian. I sound like a Christian. But none of my actions are Christ-like. I don't give to the poor. You said exit left. I don't give to the poor. I don't have long suffering. I backbite. All of these things that are not Christ-like, the opposite of the things that Christ did, okay? Blood-washed saints might not look like a Christian. Might not sound like a church person, okay? We're going to say church people. Okay? They have a form of godliness, the whitewashed, but they deny the power of God. And we know this because when we bring the word to them, they reject it. The same way when the Pharisees and the Sadducees, the church people, was running Jerusalem and all of the provinces around there, when Jesus came to them, they rejected him. The word embodied, God, the word walking in the flesh, they rejected it. Because it didn't look like what the church portrayed. It was pretty much the opposite. Okay? The blood washed ain't set with the hose. See, the Pharisees and the Sadducees had temple prostitutes. But when they went out into the streets, they threw people to the leaders and the judges because they were screwing hoes. But the Bible tells us that the priests had temple prostitutes. They were money changers and turning God's temples into stores. But then they went out and pointed the finger at the people that were cheating on their taxes. Didn't want to be seen with them, but they was doing backhandlings in the church office. This is what the words say. This ain't my words. This is scripture. Letting their kids eat off the fat before the people that's supposed to be fed with the alms could get it. The food that was brought there and this and that. Okay. So you don't want to be seen with a hoe outside, but you a screwer in the church, in the pastor's office, or in the bathroom downstairs while service is going on. You talk about people living the LGBTQ plus life, and then we get a video of you with a man's in your mouth. Reverend. Full videos. Now, I don't really have to say I'm a prophet of God. Y'all see it. I just talk every day, and y'all come back and say, Circa, you said it. I don't have to get up here with my cloak on and my thing on here speaking big words that don't nobody understand. I don't have to do that because I'm blood washed. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. Don't even try to be. Okay? Because God said, ain't no man perfect but the one that he sent. That's it. Ain't nobody perfect but God. Jesus, him too. That's it. Ain't nobody. I don't want to be whitewashed. I don't want to look and sound like a Christian. Because that's Pharisees and Sadducees. God came saying something that the Christians or the church people, the Jewish leaders at that time weren't saying. So he drew bigger crowds and they was mad. They start coming up out the churches to listen to the truth. And so then the Jewish religious leaders was mad. So much so that they went to the enemies of the Jews and told them to crucify Jesus. And it took the church's money to do it. We know from COVID that going to church don't make you saved because couldn't nobody go to church. And if you did, you damn near died. So it don't have nothing to do with the building. Because at first, if you didn't go to church, you was a backslider. And so I hit all the church people that I knew and asked them, so who's backslidden now that can't nobody go to church? Oh, I was on their head. Because can't nobody go now, so who's saved and who not? Because when I was saying it's about to come a time, just like with Paul and them, where they couldn't be caught worshiping in the things, or else they would be executed by the Roman soldiers and whoever else. And if we live in that same life, it's about to come a time when we can't go to church. So going to church make you saved? Paul and them couldn't even go. They had to meet on the hills and in caves and on boats and in jailhouses because they couldn't be seen assembling together, or the Roman soldiers was about to come in and do their thing. This is how we got church. Where they cut the roof off and lowered the people in, and people was climbing up on the roofs, the house. God ministered on rocks and boats and sent his people into whorehouses and all sorts of horrible places to minister the word of the Lord. And you tell me I got to be in church every Sunday. I'm not listening to that. Because if I'm here every day of the week, I can't go out into the world, which is exactly what God told me to do. You telling me I got to be here every day. God said, get your message and go. Come back, tell them what you learned, tell them what you, and then go again. So how can I be here every day if I'm out in the world? If I got to sit with a prostitute, a drug addict, an alcoholic, or whatever it is for 6 months every day to bring them to Christ, why would you tell me I got to be in here? Because I can't do that and go to work and take care of my family and take care of my... I can't. Make it make sense. It ain't that many hours in a day. So who do I listen to? You and these people in here, Sister Biscuit, Brother Chicken Leg, Sister Chicken Leg, Sister Spaghetti, and Brother Spaghetti, Brother Garlic Bread, and Sister Garlic Bread? Or do I listen to what God told me, which is get this word and spread it to the lost? Go to the people that's trapped in the chains of darkness under Satan's control and give them the light. How can I do that if I'm sitting up in front of y'all every Sunday and Tuesday? And no. We preaching to each other. We didn't heard it. We assembled right now. It didn't say assemble at the church. It said don't forsake to assemble yourselves. It didn't say where. Because if that's the case, all of Jesus's ministry would have been in a church. It said where 2 or more are gathered in his name, he is in the midst. So that's 3 right there. We got 66 over here and 208 and a few extras over here. So we assemble every day, sometimes 3 times a day. For hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Folks be out here learning more than y'all done probably tell me when you was sitting 7 hours a day in church and was okay about it. Not ever. You done been in church your whole life and didn't have no books until you got over here, and now you're buying 1,000 books trying to learn as much as you can. What changed? Get up looking for class. Be mad if you can't learn more about what God did. Get beat up on and come back. Talk crazy to. Shot all in the throat. Dumped all in your head. Ears pulled. Everything. Eyes opened up. Wide. Nope. Can't leave out. Tied up. Got to sit down and listen and you still come back. Come on. Something changed. And now you talk to God all the time about everything. God, what you think I should do, Daddy? What do you think I should go here? Before you was having to stress and worry, and now you just have questions and it show up. The answers, the information, the things that you're looking for, whether you get the money or somebody just knock on the door and bring it to you. You get a raise on your job, check you wasn't expecting, food on sale. Come on. And it don't got nothing to do with being in no service. We don't take up offering. We don't do none of that. People send money, we send books, we help people pay their rent, and we keep it pushing. And we've helped a lot of people. Change people's lives in more than one way. There are people that are free of medicines, that have gotten off all medications because of the studies we do here. There are people that understand their genetic disorders because of what we study here. There are people that have had questions for 70 years about things that they read in the Bible, and before the end of their life, guess what? They got those answers from here. There are babies that ask questions like, TT, are God real? They getting their answers too. So early on, at the age of grace, 5, a baby learns here, hey, we even got babies in the womb that kick every time they hear they TT circle voice. Come on with that. Come on with it. Come on with it. I'm grateful. You see what I'm saying? I'm grateful. Pray over it. Go get you some oil. Ask God to give you the words to speak, anoint all the doorways and entryways, even the ones that are inside. And ask God to remove any spirits. Open the door and tell them they don't have no place in your house. Put the blood over the door in the spirit, just like God do. He said this oil is representative of my blood flowing. So go get you some oil and pray over it and bust it down. My daughter just had me. She said, you thought you was leaving without hitting my house? She said, here go the oil. I said, you can do it. She said, and you can too. Thank you. And walked off with her baby, like, whatever. Go on and hit them doors and windows before you leave here, lady. All these folks that been in my house too, no thank you. Because people come and drop stuff off. That's why I don't like nobody in my house. Because then I can't sleep. Feeling weird, knocking, like running in the walls, feeling like, no, you take all you. That's why I get my honey. It be blessed oil on my door. Anytime I know somebody coming to my house, I put blessed oil on the knob outside. And I put it on the inside. So if I let you in, you're going to let yourself out. But whatever it is that you came with is going with you. I pour oil over the threshold on the ground. Honey, folks, I've had people step in my house and step right back out. Not this one, but other houses, they be like, oh, no. Hey, let's chill outside. It's hot in here. You can't stand that. Yeah, you won't be coming back over. This has been my family members, too. One of my aunties stepped in my house and stepped back out. She said, oh, no, girl. And she one of the ones that did witchcraft, too. Stepped in and stepped right back out and was like, I'm going to go out here and smoke. Annie, I see you. Because I just hit my door this morning. And his boyfriend had came over. He kept saying, I don't feel invited. I don't feel invited. What you mean you don't feel invited? You can't. It's a ring of fire around this door in the spirit, and the entities, and you can't step through it. I forgot. Well, I come outside. I come right on outside. So do that mean you don't belong in here? The Bible talks about how can the enemy overthrow the strong man can't overthrow the person of the house unless they get past them. Oh, okay, well this door about to be sealed up, baby, in the spirit. And baby, I'm talking about for over 30 years this has worked. My kids be like, mom, come on, get these doors and stuff. They know too. They be like, oh, you can't come, you don't want to come out? Oh, okay. So I see what this is. Won't be going nowhere with you. You can go to the store and get you some extra virgin olive oil and crack it, dip your finger in there, rub it over it, and ask God for the words to say. They'll come to your mind. You speak that, and then you hit every opening. I always do the windows all the way around. I don't drag it, but I'll just hit it. I do the floor in front of any door, because demons used to come out of my closets, and they would stand at all the doors. This is why I do this. As a child, the demons were always in front of the door in the night, or they would come out of my closet or be standing. We had wood grain doors, so they would be there, but I could see their face, but it would be in the wood grain, then they would step out and be on the side of my bed. No. So I do all the because they just need an entryway. As humans, this leads to other dimensions. That's why the kids always say it's something in my closet. Well, how did it get there if it didn't walk through the front door? Because that's an opening. A door is a door, and a window. Gates, seals, windows, bridges, and other crossings. Believe me now. You see, it said window. Doors. Okay. Toys be portals. Hell yeah. Me and my nephew just talked about it this weekend. His little brother had a rocking horse and the eyes used to move. I told y'all we had to get it at the house. He said, eyes, eyes. And then my daughter came home and said, that horse eyes is moving. A Robbie horse or a hobby horse, whatever you call it. Eyes was moving. And that baby was 2, and my daughter was 10, and she was at school when he saw it. Screened walls. Aren't these everywhere? Portals. I would use olive, but I guess you could. Dry stone walls. Fences. Why would locks be in a portal book? Because every time we see that a person in some ancient movie, even in Indiana Jones, he had to unlock a specific type of door or lock. This is a show called Lock and Key right now. This is exactly what I was talking about, is in the middle of every city in America. And the streets always lead out. Like Indianapolis got this, Phoenix, all pretty much. St. Louis got it. That's everybody. Washington. From an aerial view, most downtowns in every single city in America, in every state, excuse me, have this. What's crazier is it's on all of our cars too, and our damn steering wheel. Because if you look at it, this is a steering wheel. There go the back of it right there, the part that goes into wherever it is that you're going. This is how your wheel spokes look too. on bikes, and your car. And these things take you from one place to another. Transport. Everything connected to everything. I be trying to tell y'all, please get off my neck. Listen here. Just saying. There's hidden in plain sight. Come on. This is why he said they got eyes, but they don't see, and they got ears. It's simple. Okay. The fact that Sprite means spirit. We've been looking at we call it the LQ or the lick or the whatever you call it in your state and in your area. But for our whole life, it told us wine and demons. And they say, whenever I get this spirit in my body, I act like this. Whenever I get that spirit in my body, if it's dark and it's this name, I act like this. If it's light and it's this name, I act like this. Dark and light liquor, but they both spirits, and they both cause you to black out most times and do things that you would not normally do. You are out of control. So let's just think about this. A double cup. You got Sprite, which is demon. You have codeine, right? Which we know most medicine is named after the demon. And then you got liquor. That's a spirit. So that could easily be 3 different types of demons that you have added into your cup in one evening. Now, let's look at it. Most people, when they on lean or whatever you want to call this double cup, their eyes are different. They don't respond the same. Sometimes they look like they damn near dead. What does this do to you? Destroys your kidney, destroys your liver. So we know demons cause sickness. We know demons cause you to black out and not be responsive or respond to things. I want to scream, but I'm at work. Okay. And then a lot of times when people are lean, they do stuff that they would have never done. One demon is one set of demons is tearing my body down because the medicine demon, and we know magic medicine, that's in the cup. Then we got this soda in there that could be causing my blood pressure, or my blood sugar and stuff to plummet because that, okay. So then it makes me think, who came up with this potion? Because the Food and Drug Administration are one company. And we know that the first things that the fallen angels taught the women was plants, which is our food most times, and then magical medicine, which is our drug. So who running that? Who really put the double cup out? A Sprite demon. Medicine, we know, is named after demons. And then you putting liquor in there too, which it tells us spirits. I mean, are y'all getting how this all correlates? Just something as simple as that. And remember how popular it was, and then people started convulsing and going into different types of shock and having all kind of seizures, and their body was moving. You mean like when a demon is trying to figure out how to inhabit them? And then they come back talking about I'm a Martian. And then they start to look like an alien. And move weird in their body like the dude on Men in Black when the roach got down off into him. Edgar needed sugar. They start to look like a parasite is living in their body, and they tell us, oh, it's another person here. Their name is Roman, and somebody conjured them, but I want them to leave. Huh? And they endorse Coca-Cola, Sprite. And when they get old, they endorse the medicine. I have high blood pressure, and I am Cialis for those nights you don't want to be alone. I don't know, like, what? Shaq, what is you doing? No, just wait. Like, I'm just saying, they don't gotta hide it if you don't care to look. It's right in your face. Look what I have here. Who loves Apple? I want to show y'all this real quick, then we're going to get to where we're going. Who loves Apple? Everybody love your Apple devices? I want to show y'all something. Y'all see the date on that? Everybody ain't always been as big as they say they was. This was in 1994. It says unexpectedly big charge. Poor operating profit suggests greater trouble. Apple Computer Inc. reports surprisingly weak operating profit and an unexpectedly large one-time restructuring charge, indicating it might be under greater stress than most industry observers thought. Apple posted a loss of about 188.3 million, or $1.63 a share for the third quarter, ended in June 25th, compared with net income of 131.7 million, or $1.07 a share a year ago. So it went through talking about how Apple, they didn't know if they was gonna really do what they was gonna do or not, and then we find out that the symbols. Y'all watch that video. I know y'all went and watched old girl videos. We know that the apple signifies a lot. Entrapment and the sin of man and all of these different things that has come to mean in our thing. And at one point in time, they wasn't doing so well. Wonder who they hooked up with. Because now Apple is one of the largest companies in the world, if not one of the largest tech companies. The largest. So the forbidden fruit accessories are now, wonder who. This was a good article too. I was reading this when I was starting my company, so I could know not to be worried, because it don't matter what it look like now. Everybody go through something, even Apple. Put this back where it go. I don't know. I was thinking more ancient. Mm, 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 mm. I was thinking more otherworldly, you know, kind of that thing. Okay, here we go. Oh, yes. Here we go. Mm? Mhm. I told you I'll be reading all kinds of stuff and got information that's 1994. Business Journal from a Wall Street Journal from 1994. It's a lot of information in there because guess what? Guess what else was happening in 1995 and 1994? See it? This was happening in 19. This was published in 1994 too. The revival of the Roman Empire, the globalist plan for a one world government, the threat from big government and its assault on your privacy and personal freedom, living in a surveillance society where all our phone calls are monitored, the rise of Russian imperialism, the secret agenda behind the PLO, Israeli peace agreement, all these things are happening now. The danger of a new inquisition against Christians and Jews, the coming economic crash, the cashless society, and the financial conspiracies during the last days. The plans for a national identification system and the 666 mark of the beast. Mm-hmm. 1994. Y'all might want to screenshot that for those of you that are new. Because it's all happening right now. Especially all of this right here. All of this. Mm-hmm. Right now. And Crazy Circle was reading about this at 15 years old. I read this book in like 2 days. And came back to Phoenix telling everybody, and they was like, "You crazy girl." I was 15, 16, talking to my teachers, like, "Yeah, so there's like," and they're like, "Mm-hmm." They didn't call me crazy. Mm-hmm. And look what I'm living and doing right now. Told y'all. My teachers used to be like, bet they think about my crazy. Now, that young lady was on to something. Should have listened to her. I can't remember all the stuff she was saying. Because I sure read that book in 1995. August. Right before we went back to school. It might have been July. Mm-hmm. All right. So let's get to these words. Let's pop these out. All right. I need the definition for cover. It's called The Prince of Darkness by Grant R. Jeffries. What's the definition for covered? COVEO. Thank you, misbehaving. I am. Hey, baby. YouTube. What's the definition for covered? To hide. What else we got? Can y'all do the Webster's Dictionary version of it? Because that's probably where I got this from. To conceal. To bring into darkness. Okay. To put something on top of or in front of. Okay. Okay. To cover. Okay. What y'all got? To guard from attack. Okay. Okay. See you later, Miss Michelle. Extend over an area. Okay. Okay. Who got to keep secret? Did that definition come up? To keep secret? To mask something. Okay. Because in this definition, I got to keep secret. Okay. Okay. All right. Next definition, expose. Next definition is expose. We know that word, huh? To uncover. What else we got? Make visible. To reveal. To make public. Good job. Reveal the truth. To make visible. To display. Mm-hmm. What we got? To lay bare. Okay. To make known. To submit or make accessible to a particular action or influence. Okay. Remove a covering. Okay. What's covered? Okay. Okay, good. To give light to. Good job. Okay. All right. Y'all doing good. All right. Okay. So absolve. ABSOLVE. What does it mean to absolve? What's the definition for absolve? To end. To protect. Okay. Release from responsibility. Set or declare someone free from blame. Exactly. Set free from obligation. That's what I was looking for. To release from accountability. Okay. Okay. That's what I was looking for. Because this is the thing, family. Do you realize that God blood, his blood, when Jesus died on the cross, that absolved us of our sins. We were free from death. Okay? Forgiveness, exactly. To set or declare someone free from blame, guilt, or responsibility. So let me ask you a question. How many people or situations in your life have you not absolved people of the debt that they owe you? They've apologized, they've said whatever, and you're still not freeing them from guilt. You're still not freeing them from blame. But you want God to do it for you. And who sins because you love them are you whitewashing, but holding other people accountable? Sheesh. I told you hold your neck. I told you hold your neck. I told you put your gear on. I told. Is your neck strong? What she say? Well, come on, say. What's our saying? I done forgot it that fast. Dang it. Leg strong, something strong. Ouch, my toe. I told you put your steel toe boots on. You said head weak, bobblehead. I got that real quick, okay? Our necks are ready and our legs are steady. Not no more, huh? Them necks ain't steady and them legs wasn't ready, boy. Look at that. Told y'all, get ready. He chopped me in my throat 10 years ago with this. I said, oh, wait a minute, hold on. Looks like y'all need some more neck exercises and go on and get on that thing to push them legs up and back and get your spiritual workout on because y'all wasn't ready. Hit y'all with that quick 2-piece. Okay. Listen here. Listen. So, we're going to move on. Next word. Gloss over. Glossover. Gloss over. What is the definition of gloss over? Ooh, I love y'all. Hope y'all love me after this. My daddy gave it to me 10 years ago, and I'm just giving it to y'all like he gave it to me. That's it. That's all. I can't give it to you, but like just like he gave it to me. Just the definitions. I was done after the definitions. To deceive. To skim over, skip over. It's misleading. What else y'all got? I came in too late for the warning, but ouch. Treat or describe. Something as if it were not important. To sweep stuff under the carpets. To conceal or disguise. To conceal, cover something that's unfavorable. To mislead. What y'all got? Take up an appearance of glass. Oh, to take up an appearance. Which means there's something else. To camouflage. Let me tell y'all what I got. And this is when I used to be looking at my what's the dang dictionary? Where is it? It's not in here. The unabridged, it's in here somewhere. The unabridged dictionary sometimes gives you a little bit more, some more definitions, right? You can get several. This is why I tell you, if you can get an unabridged dictionary, definitely get one. Okay? Because guess what I got in my definition? A superficial luster or shine. Read that again. My definition that I got out of the unabridged dictionary says a superficial luster or shine. I need y'all to write that down. Superficial luster or shine. Superficial. So to gloss over the definition, and I got a little bit more. But the main thing I want you to write down is superficial luster or shine. Then I got a false or deceptively, or a false or deceptive statement, or a false or deceptively good appearance. There we go. That's it. A false or deceptively good appearance. A false or deceptively good appearance. Y'all want me to give y'all an example of this? Lucifer as an angel of light. Go back and read it again. A false or deceptively good appearance. So now when people tell me you don't look like a church person, you need to cover your head. You don't sound like a church person, because I'm not trying to look and or sound like anything, because then that's a gloss over. You look like a church person, but you don't act like one. You look like a minister of God, but you're a wolf in sheep's clothing. You look like a religious leader, but in our reality, you are like Lucifer, clothed in white, an imposter. Exactly, an actor. I hope y'all writing down y'all words. So y'all words for today is cover and to expose. to absolve, to gloss over. Now, do me a favor. What's the definition of superficial? Dog it out and got you again. Girl, make your neck strong and your legs too now. Come on, put your boots on. Get your boots on. It's time to get those boots up. What's the definition of superficial, family? Fake and unrealistic. Just on the surface. Surface only. Just on the surface. The exterior. Presenting only an appearance without substance or significance. Moon Empress. Girl! Look it. Did you hear that? Presenting only an appearance without substance or significance. I need some tummy time. Or appearing to be true or real only until examined more closely. Is y'all ready? So y'all remember when I told y'all Circa didn't go nowhere, not dressed to the nines at one point in her life, and her lashes, I didn't wear a lot of makeup, but baby, them heels was gonna be on, them nails was gonna be done, and this was always gonna be to the beat. But guess what? That inside was a mess. And it wasn't until I peeled off the blonde hair and I peeled off the nails and I pulled off the lashes and I stopped wearing the 7-inch heels and all of this stuff that God turned me into someone of substance. Not that I didn't always have something amazing to talk about. I just read a lot, so I always had something. But the other parts of me was a mess. My mind, my thought life, my financials, stuff was crazy. How I conducted myself in certain times in my life when I felt like my life was out of control. But it all had to do with this. But when I took the wig off, when I took the lashes off, when I took all that stuff off, I couldn't even look myself in the face sometimes. Because I didn't know who I was unless I had that extra, the superficial stuff. And this is why I be telling y'all, quit looking at people thinking that they got it all together. And that's why I get on here in my robe. No lashes sometimes lashes, nails missing, lips crusty, because there was a time and place I wouldn't have never let y'all see me like this. But it ain't about my outside, because this outside gonna stay here. What you need to be worried about is that spirit that's gonna live forever, baby. It has nothing to do with this outside while y'all trying to make it look like something. It's filth, it's dirt, it's worms, it's parasites. No matter how much you clean your body, you always gonna have some parasites. No matter how much you clean your body, you always gonna have some worms and some dirt and some nasty mess that can live right outside in the dirt, because that's where you're going back to. They comfortable there because that's where they came from. It's worms in the dirt, it's mites in the dirt, it's bugs and all of that. So while you are cutting on it and turning it into whatever you want to mold it into, baby, you're still going back to the dirt no matter what form it came and left in. Do you understand? And we already did the exercise with the white towels. Wash your shower or bathe 3 times a day, and it don't matter when you get in there, that next towel gonna have dirt on it. Because you are dirt, molded out of filth. You can never be clean. You don't get that clean body till you wash in the river of Ashurian, and all this is completely washed away. This is judgment. This is punishment. We was never supposed to be made out of no dirt. We had a spiritual body first. So why you keep trying to clean this? This is going to be here. It's going right back to the dirt. What you need to be cleaning is what we can't see. So you can look and sound and wave your hand and all you want to. Show up to as many services as you can so the physical people can see you, baby. But what that spirit do? They say what that do, what that spirit do though, boo. You look like a Christian person, but when I come in here, I can feel your spirit and it's nasty. And I ain't talking about just sexually. I'm talking about the nasty attitude. The Bible say the eyes is the window to the soul. And every time I come up in here, your face turned up, boo. This church. You can stand up and say, I thank God I'm saved. But let an alcoholic come sit next to you. That's how y'all be, because y'all want the mic. Let a prostitute, let a drug addict that's itching and scratching and pus coming from their muscles come sit next to you. You're going to get up and move. Let a woman with her nipples exposed come sit next to your husband in church. You're going to give him the look of death. Even though he got the Holy Ghost and he's supposed to be able to minister to anybody. Or he can only minister, or she can only minister to the people that you approve. So where your Holy Ghost at? What that spirit do, boo? You look like a Christian. You sound like what they say a Christian sound like, but your works. No. If they come in stinking, is you gonna get up, run to the store real quick and look, size them up and say, I got money on my credit card. Come here, sir. Listen, I know you want to feel more comfortable, so we got you a towel and everything. You can go in the bathroom and wash yourself up, clean up. We got you some new clothes so that you can feel comfortable to sit in the service. No, y'all not gonna do that, but you look real good though, with your big fine hat and your nice suit on, with your old double folded big knot on your thing. Y'all clean as a dog. Board of health, as my mama used to say. But God said, what good is it for you to tell a man to be blessed and you got clothes to bless him? He ain't got no clothes. You got enough and you don't give him none. Sit down talking to me about looking like a Christian. Because don't nobody leave my presence without nothing. I don't care if it's a stranger. If God allow me to interact with you, I don't care if it's a kind word, a smile, some food, some change, whatever. I got a book. My Uber drivers don't leave without nothing. Got a lot of superficial, whitewashed, glossed over Christians. It's only on the surface. One more word for y'all. Specious or specious. 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 Last word. And then I'm about to bust y'all. We're going to go to the scripture that refers to this. Are y'all ready? And then I'm going to go run to the bathroom because we almost been on here in 15 minutes for 2 hours. Specious. What does it mean? Specious. Misleading in appearance, especially misleading and misleadingly attractive. Misleading in appearance. Does that have anything to do with the fallen angels? Because they brought makeup on the scene to cover or to deceive. Wonder if they came up with that word. Wonder having a false look, pretending to be something you're not. An actor. Isn't it crazy how 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words can change your life? Now, I got one more for y'all. Y'all ready? And then I'm going to go run to the restroom. Last statement. You ready? Y'all ready? I need you to write this down. Some of y'all already have this from last year because we actually did this before, but God always bring it back and it be good. Y'all ready? I need y'all to write down spiritually concealed weapons. Spiritually concealed weapons. That's the statement. And then I need y'all to look up what spiritually means. Y'all already know what concealed means, or you can look it up again. And then a weapon. Now, I'm about to break it down to you what God gave me that are some spiritually concealed weapons. Y'all ready? Who want to know some of the spiritually concealed weapons that God revealed to me in the church and outside? Y'all ready? Hate, murderous thoughts, envy, jealousy, and lust are spiritually concealed weapons. Because these are all things that are going on in a person's mind and you can't see it. Which means it's happening in the spirit if it's happening in your mind. Where no one else can see it. What is a concealed weapon? You know you got it, but nobody else. So how many people are walking around with spiritually concealed? You really a hater. You really envious. You really jealous. You really covet things that you don't. You really have unclean addictions that don't nobody know you got because they in your mind. Spiritually concealed weapons. Okay. Concealed weapons. What you can't see will kill you. Spiritually and physically. Y'all want me to run that back? He gave this to me 10 years ago. And that's why I stopped looking at church people like, you can't fool me. All right? Concealed weapons. What you can't see can kill you. And spiritually concealed weapons can be hate, murderous thoughts, envy, jealousy, lust. And y'all know the other list. How many of us have run into leaders, managers, people we knew, and we thought we knew them, baby, until they concealed spiritual weapons came out, and you was like, I never even knew they could act like that. It's been in there the whole time. They just had it concealed. When a person starts to think about how they're going to spread lies to tarnish your thing, that's a spiritually concealed weapon. To tarnish your character or whatever it is, that's a spiritually concealed weapon. When a person plots on your husband or wife, spiritually concealed weapon. When a person devises to tear up whatever, spiritually concealed weapon. Entrapment, spiritually concealed weapon. Most traps are hidden, aren't they? And it's a speed trap. You don't know they're there until you up on it. If somebody didn't put sticks and stuff over a big hole on the ground, you don't know until you get up on it. And it can kill you. But what God does is expose the dark things. He shines light. That's what this word is. When y'all say y'all getting chopped in the throat, he's exposing so that you're not a superficial Christian. So you're not just walking around thinking you okay. He said, come here. Let me show you real quick. So before you get to talk crazy to somebody else, here go the mirror. As 66ers, we were superficial Christians. We went to church, we did what our pastor said, our organization said, and that was it. There was no depth. There was no substance to our relationship with God because we had a relationship with the building and the people in it. But we'll go home and be doing our hell. We'll be thinking about how we about to freak a person over while we sitting in the service. They might be sitting in the service with us. Think about how we gonna lie and say we sick because we don't want to go to work in the morning, but we hallelujah and speaking in tongues right now. But you devising a plan to lie for tomorrow, church person. The lying devil is in you. Now, and guess what I wrote on the top of here? My God is not a superficial God. Subject, he sees what's beneath the surface. Y'all, this is when I used to be like, God, subject matter. I said, I don't want to teach in no pulpit, but you know, they always make you have a subject. No, I don't have nothing. I don't even know where half the names of these things come up from. But just so y'all know I'm not lying, it's right there. It's backwards, but this is, you see? Right there. My God is not a superficial God. Subject. He sees what's beneath the surface. It's right there. And y'all can see that writing is way different from what I showed y'all I had started doing. So this was definitely early on. Mm-hmm. Yep. You can definitely see the difference in it. Handwriting. I mean, no, this is the same because then it went to this to this. Right here, I went from not thinking the page was valuable and wasting paper to not trying to waste not a line, a space, a side, you know? So you can tell when I got serious. I was serious, but when I got real serious. You see that? Because I wanted to understand, and God kept sending me more knowledge, and it was helping me and the people around me. Stop putting it in front of your face, Miss B. Have I ever thought about writing a book? I'm writing it now in my journal. My journal is my book. That's how we got the book of Mark, in the book of Paul, in the book of James, in the book of Enoch. It was their journals. It's being written every day. Mm-hmm. I'll be right back. I'm about to run to the bathroom. We probably gonna be on about another 10 more minutes or so, maybe 15. You know how we do. Can I ask you a question? Isn't it crazy how them 5-6 words can change your whole understanding? Be like, oh, wait. Over here with tears in my eyes because I've been acting phony at church. Oh, see? You're welcome. See, that's why I do what I do around here. That part right there. You see that? I love you. And the fact that you listen, God can do something now. Because when you identify, oh, this me. Oh, this me right here. Yep, just like CCCM. Come on, done chopped and chopped. Listen, God can change you when you admit, God dang, I didn't. But we've been taught. This is what he do. Excuse me. We've been taught this, and he said, "You better learn my way, not man's way. You better listen to my words, not man's words. You better find out how I like it, and not how your pastor or your bishop like it." And that was, you got to think. I come from a long line of apostolic and Pentecostal preachers, so that was hard for me. But once I got out and God started reassuring me, no, I'm bringing you this way. I'm bringing you this way. No, come on. Come on. You said you tired of feeling empty. Well, you ain't going to have to feel empty because I'm going to fill you up with real word and not that other stuff. And now I don't be feeling empty. Matter of fact, he give me so much I don't have nowhere to put it. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all of it. Okay. I can only tell you what I live and what he made me do. That's my testimony. And it says that we are overcome by the words of our testimony. Other people are saved. Other people are freed. Other people are healed. If Harriet Tubman never got tired of being a slave, the Underground Railroad and all those other people that traveled that road, and she had to take the courage to be the only one to go on and do it. Her own husband turned her in. My own family called me crazy and said, "Don't listen to this lady. She don't do that girl." God ain't told her that. Because if he would have told the pastor, well, not if the pastor ain't his. Why would he tell the enemy his plans? Because some of these pastors ain't his. So then he not going to tell them. So no, they don't understand. They homeboy or homegirl or grandma put them there. God didn't. I have not been in one church where they did not call me to the front visiting or not. I don't care how big it was. I used to be like, dang it, how do they see me? That's why I quit wearing the blonde hair. I said, maybe it's the blonde hair. Nope, it's you. Come here. Yeah, you. Care how big the dang church was, nigga can't have nowhere. That's why my questions weren't getting answered. Listen, God has infinite knowledge. He didn't say the church had it. He didn't say, yo, I don't have infinite knowledge. But as long as I can stay connected to the source that do, he can put it here. And as long as I don't block myself into what I can read, I can answer a lot of people's questions, which is what God told me to do. Give them the knowledge. My people perish because they don't have the knowledge. They got a lack of it. You don't got enough. You can't help and win souls if you ain't got the tools. Because all of it ain't going to fit under your church's rules. So what you do then? The souls just can't get in? Come on. No. I'll be right back. It's crazy. That's why we outside. Ooh, I gotta go find me some food, y'all. I woke up late. My schedule is off, and I'm not even trying to make it be what it is. It's off. So, y'all still love me? Because I still love y'all. Okay. Okay. I know it be tight, but it be right. No, I'm just playing. I just be wanting y'all to understand the way God gave it to me. And it ain't all that huffing and puffing. It's understanding. This is why the Bible talks about wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You can have it, but if you don't understand it, how to apply it to your life, it's pointless. You can read the Bible all day, but if God don't give you the wisdom to understand it and the knowledge, you're screwed. It's just like reading Chinese for us that don't read that. Or Latin. If you don't understand Roman text, I mean, you don't read Hebrew, Aramaic, or whatever it is, and you just looking at the words. It was pointless. Can't apply it, and then your life don't get better. But as you can see, once you learn what be causing the chaos in your life, you quit doing it, and then your life get better. Oh shoot! Study for yourself. Exactly. This is why I say don't rush through reading the word. Look up every single word. Look up the pictures, the places, the time, who was there, because you'll find other books. And those answers that you're asking, God, if He leads you to something, take your time. Don't just run through it so that you can get all of it. It's like if Cheesecake Factory or whoever's giving out cheesecake and they say you can take as much as you want. You ain't just gonna be skimming. You even if you don't eat it, you thinking about the people that you know that like this kind. So you taking it for them too. That's how it should be with the word. You should be trying to take as much as you can from this much because God said I'll give it to you freely. Oh, that's pretty cool. I'll give it to you freely. Okay? So there's no reason for you to be confused. There's no reason because God got all the answers. Ask Him before you ask people and see if you don't get the answers. Because that's how I got to Him. He's like, who told you this? You ain't going to believe me if I told you, but it's right. Go check for yourself. The person who invented knowledge gave it to me. Me. I don't have to have no accreditation for that. Okay. For those of you that came in the beginning, not of today, but just when we started reading the Testament of Solomon, it was probably hard to understand this RX thing. But now that you've been here for a while and you go and you look up the medications and you literally see that it's the a Duke of Hell or the food is all named and everything, the clothing, the cars, every symbol, all of it means something. And most of it is an ode to the gods of this world, even down to our Oreos. America's cookie. I don't take any kind of birth control, other meds now, and my health has gotten so much better. Come on, Taji. Quit taking them spells and poisons. And then your body just naturally do what it's gonna do. I know I couldn't take birth control, and every time it did, it damn near killed me. So I just was gonna have 1,000 kids, I guess, because the world is right now. The world is Babylon. The world. Okay. So come on. Come on. So I pray, right, that you guys are studying and not just reading God's word and looking for answers. Because if you're looking, you're going to find it. Okay. circuitroubledbooks@gmail.com. You can go to my website though. All that information is there. circuitrover22.com. Just look down at the bottom. Please do not email me at circuitrover22.com because I don't answer there. Just all the information, yeah. Go down to the bottom. It should all be down at the bottom of there. Yep. I was on birth control for 2 years and it wasn't until I went to fast that I conceived. Come on now. Had to purify your body first. God wanted to bring something through your womb. Couldn't have all that excess. So, I love y'all. We'll probably have class later on. I don't know for sure, y'all, because I'm still trying to like rest from this trip. But we did 2 or 3 classes yesterday, and so, and this one been 2 hours, a little bit over almost. Yeah. So I'm about to go find me something to eat. And I was watching Shadow and Bone, and it's getting good. And I'm trying to give y'all time to catch up. Y'all need to come on. Now, there are some parts on there that are not okay for kids, I feel like. So I would appreciate you not watching that when the babies is up if you can, or just pause it or run over some parts. But for the most part, it's on Netflix. Yep, I love y'all too. I'm about to find me some food. I'm hungry. I normally do, if I do an evening class, it's normally between 6 and like between 5:30 and 7 Central Time. It just depends on if I take a nap and wake up on time, because I need a nap. I love y'all. I just had to figure out how to work this dang phone. What's the movie called? It's not a movie, it's a show. Shadow and Bone or Cursed is good. I got my cousin watching it. I gotta go back because I know I missed some stuff because I will be going to sleep. So I'm probably about to go back and watch Cursed again while still watching Shadow and Bone together. Because at first Shadow and Bone wouldn't get me. Then I seen something last night. I said, oh, here it is. I was waiting for it to roll on down. I done figured it out. Okay, let's see where we're going here. I got it. All right. So, yeah, I love y'all. I'll see y'all in a minute. Y'all got homework to do anyway with yourself. You need to be figuring out if you glossed over, if you're whitewashed, if you've been covering stuff. Write down whatever comes to your mind. Write it down so you can start to work on it. I love you too, baby. I love y'all. I'll see y'all in a minute. Cursed is a series, yeah, but they only got 1 season. They need to hurry up with that. Ooh, that's why I gotta go back and watch, because I know I missed some stuff. I know I did because I will be talking and doing stuff, but I'm gonna go. Ooh, it make my toes wiggle. That show make my toes wiggle. It do. Yes, it make my toes wiggle, honey. Listen, it make my toes wiggle. Cause it's this right here. I said, oh. Mm-hmm. All right. This be
so good. I love y'all day. Thank you. Y'all remember this movie? We even got a fun part called this, don't we? Disney. Ain't there a movie called this? And it used to be a fun park called this too, didn't it, in Cali? Or a ride? Oh, okay. Wonder where they got that from. It's still open? It's still in Cali. Oh, okay. Now, what mountain do we know for sure is a magic mountain? What magic? Mount Hermon. Mount Hermon. Come on, Rika. Yes. No, Mount Hermon. Nah, where the angels came down and made their pact. Boom, boom, cursed themselves. And then started teaching the women magic. And then it says they went down into the valleys. Okay. That's where they taught magic. Mount Hermon. That is where the UN is at now. Yes, ma'am. Yes. The real UN. The real location of the United Nations is on top of Mount Hermon, where those angels decided to make a decision that would cause the destruction of the earth. And oh my God, who's doing that this time? The United Nations on the same mountain. Not the one in New York, the one over there in the Middle East. The decisions for the world are being made on the same mountain by the same evil people that's being run by the same spirits that came and caused the destruction the first time. Yes. You can Google it and look it up. And we know that the world war is going to destroy the world. And who runs that? The United Nations, the G7. Real-ish. That's right, Carrie. Y'all just be over there like this, huh? God, what, man? Listen here. Knowledge is power. Rika said, laugh out loud and do. Told y'all. Now y'all see why would I trap myself to the 66 and all of this information? I found out, like Josephus, searching the places that it listed, all the names of the races of people that's in Josephus. Josephus is good for your studies, I'm telling you. If you are trying to really understand, you have to have this book. Because it runs it all the way. I mean, not all the way, but if you got this, Jubilees and Jasher, and then them four, this goes through all the races of the people. It's good. It's the history of the Jews. Well, ain't that crazy? Josephus, go on and get it. The Jubilees is in your OTP. Book 2. Daughters of Adam and Eve. Moses told again to write the description of the 6 days of creation. It talks about the legions of angels. The angels of it says, this is good right here. It says, and the angel of presence spoke to Moses by the word of the Lord, saying, write the whole account of creation, that in 6 days the Lord God completed all his work and all that he created. And he observed a Sabbath, the 7th day, and he sanctified it for all ages. And and he set it as a sign for all his works. For on the first day he created the heavens, which are above, and the earth, and the waters, and all the spirits which minister before him on the first day. So all the ministering spirits, the millions of beings that his whole court was created on the first day. Then the angels of the presence were created. This is all on the first day. The angels of the presence, the angels of sanctification, the angels of the spirit of fire, the angels of the spirit of the winds, the angels of the spirit of the clouds, and darkness and snow and hail and frost, and the angels of the resoundings, thunder and lightning, and the angels of the spirits of cold and heat and winter and springtime and harvest and summer, and all of the spirits of his creatures which are in heaven and on earth. All the spirits. Every soul for every human, every spirit for every animal, bird, fish, even the spirits of the giants and the monsters that they created were all created because they all had souls. Okay? Is this book different from the book, from the info in the book of Enoch? No. Old Testament Pseudepigrapha. You can get this on Amazon, $54 right now. Some of them, if you order it now, will be here today. These are books that they left out of the Bible. We got Adam and Eve in here. You can read. Oh, such good stuff. Look at that. You mean to tell me your KJV is whole when you missing all of this? No, the book of Jasher is not in here. And so then it says, okay, so remember when I told y'all, and then I'm about to go for real. This is why so think about it. I told y'all there was angels of fire, angels of darkness. Now, if you watching, what's the show? Shadow and Bone. That angel of darkness, and the angel of this and the angel of that, the angel of fire. You watching Shadow and Bone, you might want to go look at this page 55 in your book 2 while you're watching it. Okay? They have a couple of different ones. That one's William Whiston. We use manners like please and thank you. Can you tell me? And then I answer those questions. So, I'm about to go eat. I love you. You're welcome. I love y'all. We got stuff to do. Bye.